For about a year now, I've been going back and forth about a new development in model trains that has intrigued me. I'm fairly eclectic in my model train hobby interests with layouts in S, N, and Z scale. Though maybe because of the pull of nostalgia, American Flyer might be my favorite scale. Maybe. Nevertheless, I decided to try out a new scale after much deliberation, and the big day has arrived with something I ordered from Germany. Anytime I order something, I'm a bit worried about how well it is packed. This is especially true when it comes from overseas. So I felt pretty good when I saw that the item was well packed. Well, here it is. A TT scale, yes, TT, standing for tabletop, I believe, turntable. I only run steam engines, so I just can't see a layout without a turntable. Now the trouble begins. I can't get the turntable out of the box. I didn't know TT also stood for total trouble. I pushed and pulled and pulled and pushed to no avail. In fact, I had so much trouble that I had to tell my film crew, my wife Maria, to turn off the camera so I could rest and figure this out. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Oh, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, back again, trying to get that darn turntable out of the box. Was I supposed to take steroids for 6 weeks before trying to unbox this thing? Shoot, the help desk probably is Arnold Schwarzenegger's phone number. Son of a good mother, this is ridiculous. In all my years of model railroading, I've never encountered something like this. What do I have to do, rent a jackhammer? Finally, persistence and painkillers have worked. I can't wait to see what the turntable looks like. Well, here it is, and what the heck? The closer I look, the worse it gets. The table is misaligned to the entry and exit tracks. Oh, okay, maybe that can be adjusted. But that's not all. Look, one end is aligned correctly to the track segment, but the other end is not. One of the contact strips on the table was above the outer ring of segment tracks, while the other was below it. Gee whiz. One end of the table is close to the entrance-exit track, but there's a significant gap between the tracks on the table and the entrance tracks on the other end. And worst of all, the base pillar the table rests on is bent. I sold 2 nice steam engines for this? I read that the turntable is realistic looking. Sure is. If Berlin, May 1945, after the Soviet onslaught, is the look that you want for your layout. By the way, after getting the turntable out and flipping it over, I discovered one reason why it was so difficult to get the turntable out of the box. The styrofoam insert was not completely closed because the depth of the bottom container was less than the length of the middle of the turntable. That's where the metal prongs upon which the wires were attached extended out of the turntable base. Consequently, the turntable would not fit all the way down in the styrofoam container, leaving a gap between the lower and upper halves of the container. You've probably heard of the proverbial expression of trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Well, here was a problem trying to fit a round turntable in a square box. Well, Well, Kenny Rogers in his famous song The Gambler said, "You need to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, and when to walk away." And that's what I need to do with this video before I say something I shouldn't. I'll post a brief follow-up video to update how I dealt with this disaster in a week or so. Anyway, thanks for watching. I guess misery loves company.